Good morning, Unity. Why don't you join us? Please stand up and sing with us. Let's bring in this day with a lot of energy, a lot of happiness. Come on in. I see you guys. Come on in. Come on in. Good morning. Good morning. Let's do it like this. Good morning. Welcome home. You are loved to belong here now. No matter where you've been. Good morning. Welcome home. You are loved to belong here now. No matter where you've been. Come on in. All right, Unity. Let's clap our hands. That's right. Come on. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Sing it, Unity. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, hey, hey. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Come on now. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. All right, good morning, Unity.
Good morning. How are you? I have bronchitis, but I am here. I have a lozenge, I have water. I have bronchitis, but it doesn't have me. All good. How are you feeling? Are you alive, alert, awake, and enthusiastic about your life? Yay! Today's the second of our Advent Sundays. We're talking about peace. How many people are feeling a little less than peaceful today? Be truthful. Yeah, sometimes we don't feel all that centered. But today, by the end of the service, you will be so centered. Everybody will be asleep. It'll be wonderful. We are holding Syria in light today. Of course, we always hold the whole planet, but we're holding Syria in love, in light, in peace, and in safety, as we are with our entire planet during this season. I missed the class because I had a cold this week, but I will be doing that final class on Tuesday. So please let everybody know who comes to the class. I'll be doing that on Tuesday. Everybody, get up, turn to your neighbor, wish each other a happy Sunday, happy Peace Day.
Good morning, Unity. And when the music stops, we all sit down. Thank you, thank you. Good morning, good morning. My name is Rita DeRocher, for those who don't know me. Glad to be here this morning. Welcome, welcome to everybody for being out this wonderful morning. It's beautiful out today. I would like to greet everyone online, but first I'd like to give a special hello and shout out to our wonderful longtime minister and minister and former board member, Ann Poole. Can everybody say hi to Ann? She watches faithfully online because she can't attend in person, but we want to say a special shout out to my prayer partner, Ann Poole. And everybody else online, hello, how you doing? Anybody here for the first time, can you please raise your hand? We have a packet of information we'd like to give out to you. One young lady right down in the front.
Welcome.
Hey. Welcome. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you being here. If you'd please take the time to fill out the card that's in the package and bring it over to the gift shop after the service, we would appreciate it. Anybody here for the second or third time, so we can wish you a welcome back? Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Glad to have you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you being here today and every Sunday. We have the best band in South Florida.
Thank you, Rita.
Led by Mr. James McCoy.
Thank you, Rita. Good morning. Good to see all of you this morning. We're very fortunate to have with us once again Mr. Peter Wallace at the piano and the keyboard this morning, Mr. Jeff Renza at the drum set, and that's our featured soloist this morning, Miss Danette Rivas. And it's just all Christmas music. We have a song from David Foster, Amy Grant, and Linda Thompson, and a song from Ann Hampton Calloway this morning. So
wow. Sounds good. As usual, we have some wonderful music every Sunday. Thank you so much, James and band. Community updates. In our cute little bulls, I'm trying to hold the teddy bear and give it love at the same time that I'm doing two things. So stay there, teddy bear. In our bulletin, you'll find all of the information about the good stuff that goes on here. We have a new Unity store that opened last week. It's over in Friendship Hall, right through the breezeway doors, the first door on your right. Please join us after the service. It's a really great store, I hear. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going over after the service. Teddy bears. We have teddy bears. We bring in teddy bears in. We need 127 bears to give to the pre-K and kindergarten students in my daughter's underserved school, Rock Island Elementary on Northwest 19th Street in Fort Lauderdale. This Sunday and next Sunday is the last Sunday to collect them, and around the 17th, Darby and I or someone from the church, me and Phil, will be hauling the bears over there and having the Grinch give them out to the pre-K and kindergarten. My daughter will be dressed as the Grinch to give them out. So thank you so much, and love on the teddy bears while you're here, please. Women of Unity will meet this coming Saturday, December 14th. Wonderful group of women in community. They meet from 10 to noon every second Saturday of the month over in Friendship Hall or wherever they're having their meeting. All women are welcome to come. And what do we have next? The things that are upcoming, as you can see from the screen, and it's in the bulletin on the back, Saturday, December 21st, the men's group will meet over in Friendship Hall at 10 o'clock. Sunday, the 22nd, we'll have a special soup and snacks after the service. Not a huge spread, but soup, good soup, fresh homemade soup after the service. And on Saturday, December 28th, the senior discussion group led by Ms. Silverman. Where is she? Is she here today? Susan Silverman leads that group, but join them on the 28th. It's good fun. We're going to be celebrating the holidays as we normally do with a lot of special services, starting with Christmas Eve. The candlelight service is wonderful to come to on the 24th at 7 p.m. Then we'll have the Burning Bowl service on Sunday, January 5th at 11 a.m. service. We'll do a letter to God on Sunday, January 12th. And then the 19th, the White Stone ceremony will happen at the 11 o'clock service. Please join us for all of these special occasions. And finally, there'll be a Black Moon sound ceremony. that our own Darby McKenzie Line will lead for us. That'll be a wonderful occasion here in the sanctuary at 7 p.m. So join us for those things. And before I read today's word, peace, the reading for today is about peace. I have a quick story. I was born and raised in Washington, D.C., and during the baby boom in my family in the 50s and 60s, yes, I'm that old, there were about 12 of us grandkids that were raised all together, and we were raised like brothers and sisters. So when we started our own families, our children called us aunt and uncle rather than second cousin or whatever the case may be. So I have one niece that lives in D.C., Brooke, who has suffered lots of health challenges over the last 15 years, lupus, and she had brain tumors, and she recently lost a son to gun violence. But Brooke has always managed to be grateful and thankful and thank God every day for surviving all that she has and that sort of thing. Her background is in corrections. She used to be a corrections officer, so when she got lupus and the brain tumor, she couldn't work. She recently, once she lost her son, she said, that's it. I need to do something to help other kids so maybe they will stay out of trouble. So she applied for a job at her old high school as a security officer in the school. So she deals with all of these high school teenagers, and she calls them young'uns. And she tells the young'uns every day her way of greeting is either peace in or peace out. And she tells them, peace, you should greet each other with peace because peace is free, like Wi-Fi. And they get it. So, from a smart woman like Brooke, peace, everybody, and say peace to everybody as you go along during the day. In all seriousness, let's settle. Today, our Advent theme is peace. And our affirmation is, I give thanks that I am a radiating center of peace. If you'll affirm that with me, close your eyes if you will. I give thanks that I am a radiating center of peace. I invite you to turn within, breathe in the wonderful peace of God as I share today's Advent reading. Sometimes troubles in the world around us and our awareness of things we don't want make peace seemingly hard to find. In John chapter 14, verse 27, it tells us, do not let your hearts be troubled and do not let them be afraid. But is that easier said than done? In your prayer time, visualize the expansion of peace. What would more peace look like, feel like? Hold the people you know and those you don't know in peace. Hold this country and the entire planet in peace. Empower yourself into knowing that you do have the ability, the God-given gift, to shine forth peace, to respond with peace, to encourage peace. The light of peace that you are floats beautifully like a candle on the water. Today, I live in peace. I radiate peace. I am peace. And so it is. Peace.
I sat upon your knee. I wrote to you with childhood fantasies. Well, I'm all grown up now and still need help somehow. I'm not a child, but my heart still can dream. So here's my lifelong wish, my grown-up Christmas list. Not for myself, but for a world in need. No more lives torn apart. Christmas list. As children, we believe the grandest sight to see was something lovely wrapped beneath the tree. But heaven only knows that packages and bows can never heal a heart-ached human soul. No more lives torn apart, that wars would never start, and time would heal our hearts, and everyone would have a friend, and right would always win, and love would never end. No, this is my grown-up Christmas list. What is this illusion called the innocence of youth? Maybe only in a blind belief can we ever find the truth. No more lives torn apart, that wars would never start, and time would heal our hearts, and everyone would have a friend, and right would always win, and love would never end. No, this is my grown-up Christmas list. This is my only lifelong wish. This is my grown-up Christmas list. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Well, thank you, Mimi, for being here today. Mimi was one of my original Unity of New York members. She came over from Lincoln Center with me. So glad to have you here today. Great to see you again. A number of years ago, when I was at Unity of New York, I invited the community there to share with me their Christmas memories. Some of them they all were wonderful. Some made me laugh out loud. Some brought a tear to my eye. They were all wonderful and very, very touching. I want to share a couple of them with you. One person wrote, "My best Christmas memory is cozying up on the couch with my dad to follow along as he read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. I still have that original book. It's spine broken, but the pages are safely kept in place." Another person wrote, "When I was preschool age and my oldest sister was in high school, she made me a beautiful blue dress for Christmas. She took lessons at school, and although we didn't have a sewing machine, she stitched it by hand for weeks so I could have a new dress for Christmas. I am 66 and I still remember the love that went into that dress." Another person wrote, "I was lonely in Miami and missed my family in Buffalo, especially at Christmas time. Our Christmases were always complex because of my father's acute alcoholism and my mother's stress. But my mother also tried to make them beautiful with a wonderful tree, lots of Christmas music, and decorations everywhere. I used to pray in front of the Nativity for my dad. I used to pray for him all the time. It was such a sad/happy time. However, my dad had been in recovery for about 3 years, and I missed my family and our celebration. And the weather in Miami was about 85 degrees. People were playing tennis on Christmas Eve. Ew. But I didn't have the money to go home. I was totally broke. So were my parents, even though they really wanted me to be there. And my younger sister, newly married with a baby, missed me, but they were broke too. Yet my wonderful brother-in-law, her husband, knew how badly I wanted to come home. He thought it would be a wonderful Christmas surprise for her and the family. So he somehow scraped the money together and secretly arranged to fly me to Buffalo. I couldn't wait to see them and have our white Christmas. I got to Buffalo on Christmas Eve evening, but the ground was brown. And they had so hoped for a white Christmas for me. That night, my parents and I went to midnight mass. It was beautiful. We were all so happy to be together. As we walked out of the church, my mother, my sober father, and I, it had started to snow. Big, gentle, puffy white flakes. We were all as excited as little kids, and my dad looked up and said, "Honey, God sent this for you." And that's what hope and prayer can do. Sober dads and happy families and snow on Christmas. It's so beautifully written, isn't it? Now, what jumped out for me about that last story was I used to pray in front of the Nativity for my dad. Here's a trivia question. Anybody know how the Nativity began? Yeah. St. Francis. St. Francis created it as a living tableau for Christmas in 1223, 801 years ago. He got permission to create it from the Pope first. He had to go to the Pope, make sure it was okay. So the church didn't think he was being sacrilegious and frivolous. He was hoping people would find it inspirational. They really did. They loved it. It became so popular. So much so that people took the hay from the creche that he built and swore that it healed the cattle of their diseases. Pretty soon, many legends began to form around the nativity scene. From Italy, we have La Gatta della Madonna, an old Christmas legend that a tabby cat gave birth to kittens in the stable at the same time Mary was giving birth to Jesus. Apparently, the mama kitty purred baby Jesus to sleep. And as a reward, the letter M for Mary was put on his forehead. Did you ever see a tabby with the letter M? Now you know. Though it may have been inspirational to many people through the centuries, St. Francis did Christianity and the world no great favor by creating that. In fact, I would call the Nativity dangerous to our spiritual health if we take it literally. We all know what the Nativity was. It was a tableau of the birth of Jesus as described by the book of Matthew and Luke. The only two books, by the way, to even mention the birth of Jesus. In Mark and John, he first appears as an adult to be baptized by John the Baptist. No birth thing at all. In Paul's letters, the earliest Christian writings, he never mentions this extraordinary birth at all. As if he never heard of it. He merely refers to Jesus as born of a woman. Really, a virgin gives birth and Paul says nothing about it. Wow, you think that'd be really big news to write about, right? He didn't write about it because he never heard about it. It was a legend. It was a later mythology created by the next generation of Christians. The virgin story didn't come up until about a century after Jesus was dead already. Many ancient cultures like Hinduism, Babylonian and Assyrian, the Romans and the Greeks, they all had half-human, half-divine creatures, like Hercules or Asclepius, and others who were superhuman beings born by the gods impregnating human women. The Christians in the Roman era needed to prove that Jesus wasn't just a Jewish teacher from some little podunk country with an interesting message. So they created a divine superhuman man, savior of all humankind, not just Israel. St. Francis took the most fantastical elements of the birth narratives from Matthew and Luke and placed them all in the equivalent of a Broadway finale to beat all finales. It was the ultimate 11 o'clock number. Choirs of angels singing Handel, shepherds kneeling and shaking at the intense light radiating from this baby in the crib. The guiding star beaming down on everybody from above. A miracle in itself, since stars really don't hover over barns. Kings from the Orient offering expensive bling to this new kid. It was beautiful, it was cool, but it was wrong. Missing everything but Hugh Jackman, Patti LuPone, and the Rockettes. You know. Bishop John Shelby Spong wrote, "Birth stories are always fanciful. They are never historic. After all, nobody waits outside a maternity ward for a great person to be born." The big elephant in the room, and most theologians admit it, is about almost everything that was written about Jesus, or everything written about Jesus, is simply not factual. We know that Caesar Augustus didn't call for a census any time near when Jesus was born. It would have been at least 6 AD until there was one. Even then, nobody went to where they were born. That would be a logistical nightmare. You were counted where you live, like today. And even if you had to go register where you were born, Jesus certainly wouldn't put an extremely pregnant wife on a donkey and walk and go the equivalent distance from Pompano to Fort Pierce. Think about that, riding on a donkey, even if you're not pregnant. You would get to West Palm and go, fine, I'm going back. No, Luke needed to get Jesus born in Bethlehem to fulfill the promise that the Messiah would come from there, even though Jesus was from Nazareth. Then we have Matthew trying to one-up Moses through the whole book, sending the family down to Egypt, Moses, hello, to escape Herod's decree that all babies born in the area were to be killed. For those Bible literalists in your life, when you see them in the holidays, and declare the Bible is infallibly the Word of God, ask them, well, which story is true, Matthew or Luke? They both cannot be true. Why can't God seem to get his facts straight? If he wrote the Bible, he seems to be very forgetful about what he wrote in another book. The point is that the nativity scene is the metaphysical telling of your journey, your life here on the planet, your spiritual birth during this time. You are the Christ, the God self that you are. Jesus reminded us of that over and over and over again, and we didn't hear it. We didn't really hear what he was saying. You are God's. You are God's. What I have done, you will do, and you'll do it greater than I've done it. Ask God for anything, and God will give it to you. There's no fine print there. Ask, believing, and you will receive. The kingdom, the allness of God is within you, child of God. Why have we forgotten that? Why can't we get that? Your Creator is divine. Your body is of the earth. You are fully human, fully divine right here, right now. You look human, but you're holy. This is just a combination of light in this certain way that makes you you. But you are pure light right here, right now. When you got here, the whole universe celebrated you and your astonishing potential to create a new planet right where you are, using your powers of creativity, of joy, of peace, of love, of harmony. You get to create your life exactly the way you want it, right here, right now. So as we know from our metaphysical studies, every person, every event, everything in the Bible is part of you, is part of your life. The angels are God's voice within you, singing your praises of how wonderful you are. When you remember how wonderful you are, you'll begin to live that. The animals are the creations of God that honor and love you just as you are, who have been appointed to care for you, to love you, and to protect you. Planetary dominion means loving care, not abusing and treating the planet and its creatures like dirt. Like we're the only ones that are important. It's their planet too. We're called to take care of it, not to destroy it. We're here to love our planet. If we can't be compassionate about all of life here on the planet, then we aren't ready to move on to higher levels of consciousness in the universe. Good stewardship of our earth home is Divinity 101. And we see today many people are going to have to come back to take this class over and over and over again until we get it. The shepherds are your powerful spiritual guides that you always have with you, guiding you, caring for you, supporting you, loving you, protecting you. You are never alone here on the planet. You have lots of invisible help. Call on it whenever you need it. A Course in Miracles says, if we only knew who walked beside us, we would never fear again. Isn't that wonderful? In Unity, we would say who lives within us. Beside us, above us, below, it doesn't really matter. It's all here. God is here right now. The radical truth that Jesus came to teach that's gone missing for centuries is that you are the Messiah that the planet has been waiting for, but you and I forgot. The second coming of the Christ is you awakening to the truth of who you are and changing this planet and changing ourselves. Christmas is, of course, about celebrating our wonderful teacher and elder brother, Jesus the Christ. But at its core, the holiday is about remembering who we are, that we are being born again over and over and over again. Powerful creations of God endowed with the God power to create a successful, healthy, joyful, peaceful life. And to share that with others. Because once we get it, we have to share it. The beginning of the birth of our true selves comes in peace. Peace isn't the absence of strife or division or tension or conflict. It's knowing that in the midst of all that, there is God and there is peace, there is you. I used to practice meditation on the New York subway. With everything going on, I didn't close my eyes. I'm a New Yorker after all. I wasn't go that far. But I would focus on like a sign or an advertising or somebody's scarf and just feel the peace of God in the midst of all of that. If you could do that on the New York subway, you can do that anywhere. It's pretty amazing. But we have to do that no matter what's going on. We have to feel the peace of God. Remember in the scripture when the disciples were on the boat, there was a big storm and Jesus was conked out and they woke him up saying, we're going to die. And he looked at them and he went, oh gosh, okay, peace be still. The storm calmed down. That is God within us saying, it's all okay, no matter what's going on in your life today, it's okay. Because God is here. God is at work, whether you get a diagnosis or you get a really large tax bill or something happens in your family. We go with it and we know the peace of God is here, and then we can listen and move forward to what we need to do. As Meister Eckhart in the 13th century said, what good is it to me if this eternal birth of the divine Son takes place unceasingly but does not take place within myself? And what good is it if Mary is full of grace and I am not also full of grace? What good is it to me for the Creator to give birth to her Son if I don't give birth in my time and in my culture? This then is the fullness of time when the Son of God is begotten in us. There is no new thought. This is being said in the 13th century. Again, until we're ready to hear the truth that we are God, we're not going to get that. This takes place in the sacred silence of our being. The Nativity is a wonderful reminder that we are blessed, that we are holy, powerful, and beloved just as we are, full of power, potential, and good that the Creator is within us. So the Nativity isn't factual, but is true. The danger comes if we look at the scene as proof that Jesus is Superman. He's Almighty God who left the universe to run for 33 years and then went back. That is not what Jesus told us. He said, don't worship me, worship God. When you see me, you look at me. I'm Son of Man, I'm like you. but I have an awareness of God within me. I think we're beginning to wake up to that truth, that you are the living embodiment of the God that you are. You deserve in your life all the love, all the joy, all the peace, all the abundance, all the freedom from pain, from addictions, from anxiety, all the power to create the life that your heart desires, that you came here with a dream and it's still here. Let God do it. Listen and move forward as you hear it. Let go and allow God to birth you and your wonderful life into manifestation today. Breathe into your heart. All right, let's turn within. Let's take this all within to the manger of the heart and allow your God self to be born right now. So we're going to sing Silent Night, one verse, we all know it. Then we're going to hum, and then I invite you to be quiet. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Now hum. Focus on your heart. Hum even softer. Feel the love, the peace, the joy of God. Take a deep breath. Let go. Breathe in again. Peace, be still. And know that I am God. Breathe out. Let your breathing be peaceful. Let go of any tension or anxiety you may have. Feel the love, the peace, the joy of spirit right here, right now. You are safe right where you are. You are always safe, loved, comforted, taken care of. There is no lack of God anywhere, except in our thinking. Today I let that go. Go to your heart, the manger where God in you is born every moment of every day. In the manger of my heart, the Christ is born in peace. Breathe that truth in. In the manger of my heart, the Christ is born in peace. In the manger of my heart, the Christ is born in wholeness. You are whole, strong, and well right here, right now, no matter what your body is telling you. Health is from spirit. Is radiating forth perfectly. In the manger of my heart, the Christ is born in abundant love. There is nothing missing from our lives, only our thinking that it is. The abundant good of God is always here, pouring forth as the love of God in whatever form we need it to show up as. It's all here right now. In the manger of my heart, the Christ is born in joy. No matter what is going on in my life, I remain centered in joy. Nobody can take my joy away from me. Not a person, not a situation, no one. The joy of God is right here, right now. Joy to the world. I am the love of God born today. For a few moments in the manger of your heart, breathe in peace. In the silence, let go. Feel the peace of God flow from your heart into your mind and body. Breathe in. Take a breath. Breathe out. Breathe in again. Rest and know that you are God's beloved. Always have been, always will be. Breathe into your heart one more time. In the manger of my heart, the Christ is born in peace. And so it is.
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. In peace and in gratitude, now is the time during our service that we express our gratitude because it is an open door to abundance. There are many ways that we give, as you can tell by the writing on the screen, and there's a QR code that you can express your generosity for the benefit of this ministry. And if you'll join me in saying the offertory blessing as we prepare to give to this wonderful community. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I give and all that I receive, and so it is.
This is a Christmas lullaby to steal you softly into dreaming. A simple Christmas lullaby I sing to you each passing year. The world is wrapped in joy and wonder, in silent mystery. And in this spell that we are under, blessings surround our hearts completely. lullaby for someone lovely as snow falling. I sing your Christmas lullaby to cradle you with all my love. The world is wrapped in joy and wonder, in silent mystery, and in this spell that we are under, blessings surround our hearts completely. Now close your eyes, and as you sigh, make up a Christmas wish to dream on. And like the moon that shines so high, send out your wish up to the star in the sky. Blessed by your Christmas
Thank you, Danette. That was beautiful. Thank you, guys. Aren't they wonderful? Oh, it's such a blessing. Thank you so much. Let's take a moment, close our eyes before we move on to Friendship Hall or the rest of your day. Whatever you're doing, we do it with peace and joy and love, with the realization that we are not only one with God, but God's stuff ourselves. This is pretty astonishing. Breathe that truth again into your heart. God and I are one. There's nothing I cannot do in my life, knowing that the power and strength and wisdom and love of God are right here, right now. Let that move from the top of your head all the way down your feet. Joy to the world. You're born anew over and over again. And in this awareness, let's affirm together our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. I know sometimes you like to say that. Let's all stand, join hands, and let's sing. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with Sunday Unity.